We need more phones like the Vivo X200 FE, and I know that not all of you are going to agree, but everyone from the team agrees that we should have more compact options that aren't foldable clamshells. And I personally think that this phone builds a strong case for it. Is it perfect? No. I don't think there's such a thing as a perfect phone, but just based off our first impressions with the X200 FE, there's a lot to love about it. First, of course, it's the form factor. It's not often that we get a device with this footprint anymore, and the X200 FE size makes it usable with one hand, easily pocketable, and I'm sure it will fit one of Leia's quirky little bags too. Form factor aside, it also feels premium in the hand. Now, I couldn't find it anywhere online if Vivo used Gorilla Glass on the back, but it is a matte glass back that looks and feels good, combined with an aluminum frame. It also has an IP68-69 rating, which really comes in handy because it has been raining the last few days. The right side of the frame houses the volume rocker and the power button, and on the bottom you'll find a SIM card tray, USB-C port, and a speaker grill. The overall design isn't anything out of the ordinary and kind of follows the design language of most devices that have come across my desk lately. Now, I'm not saying that to throw any shade because a lot of the phones do look a lot like the X200 FE, but it's a clean, minimalist look I can get behind. Of course, having a smaller phone means having a smaller screen, but the 6.31-inch display on the X200 FE doesn't skip out on features. They use an LTPO panel on this, so it can go from the max 120Hz to just 1 to help save on battery life, and because it is an AMOLED display, the picture quality is nice with 10-bit colors, plus it has a peak brightness of 5000 nits. Now, I will say, as a Tito, the size will make me reach for my reading glasses if I don't increase the font size. As for the cameras, I initially thought that Vivo only slapped 2 cameras on the back for this one, but you actually have a full array with the X200 FE. You have a 50-megapixel main, a 50-megapixel telephoto that both have OIS and are backed by Sony sensors, plus the 8-megapixel ultrawide that kind of feels like the odd one out because it's not on the main stage, if you will. For taking selfies, you also have a 50-megapixel camera in a punch hole design. Now, I haven't been able to take them out just yet since the weather has been bad, so make sure you check back to see what they can do and what we think about them. As for video, this does top out at 4K 60p for all the cameras except for the ultrawide. Yes, that includes the front camera as well, but if you want to use enhanced stabilization, you will be locked to 1080p, so that's something you have to take note of. Just like other members of the X200 series, there are filters that you can use to give your photos a different look without jumping into editing apps, and I do see myself using some of these when Leia and I get to travel again. As for the processor, it's rocking a Dimensity 9300 Plus paired with 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. It's a very capable processor that handles everything I've thrown at it in the past, so I'm expecting the same with the X200 FE. Now, I do get where some of you guys are coming from since I read the comments from our posts about the Vivo X200 FE, wishing that Vivo had gone another way when it comes to the processor of choice, but we'll reserve our final judgments for the full review. Now, of course, this is running on FunTouch OS, and just like other Vivo phones, you will have to uninstall a fair bit of bloatware when you first set up this device. Now, one thing I like about the X200 FE is that it has a 6800 mAh battery, which isn't bad at all given the dimensions of this device. It will most likely last me 2 days, but we'll run it through its usual paces as we use the device for our review, so we can see what the benchmarks are going to be like. It also supports 90-watt flash charge, which isn't the fastest being offered in the market right now, but that's plenty fast for me, at least on paper. For its price here in the Philippines, the Vivo X200 FE is priced at 44,999. And I'm just gonna say that the pricing hasn't been well received in our comment section. Like I said, I think there's a lot going for this device, but I also understand that there are other options that might suit your needs better. But the fact remains that there's not a lot of compact phones being offered out there, especially in the Android space, so it's only fair that this should be considered if you're looking for a smaller form factor device. But then again, these are just my first impressions for the Vivo X200 FE, so check back in a few days for the full review. That's pretty much it for this one. My name is Tito James. Peace, God bless. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.